Well, let's answer the question for myself at 31. So let's give me a good ripe old age to die at. Let's say I die at like 100 or 101. So let's say 69, 70 years from now. Will there be a vegan world 69 to 70 years from now? No. There won't be a vegan world.
Wow. You know what, David? Quite honestly, I'm insulted. Very insulted. So my fellow vegan brother and vegan YouTube content creator is saying there will not be a vegan world within his lifetime. He claims there will not be a vegan world because if we look at history, we will see that people do not conform quickly to atrocities comparable to that of like racist acts, slavery, sexism, and any other type of needless oppression.
We only need to take a look through the human issues that we're still currently dealing with that haven't been properly dealt with, and how long they are still taking and have taken so far to get sorted out. I mean, take a look at like the slavery world in the world, and you know, the unequal rights towards women and the racism and sexism and all these things. I mean, there are still massive problems in our societies. There are still remnants of these, and there are also still issues related to these topics, to these issues. They're still around, and people have been fighting these for longer than 70 years. We're talking hundreds and hundreds of years.
David brings up great points here on how history has shown people are very slow to change, because it's just within human nature to not just want to change because it's hard.
That's what she said.
Damn it, Michael, not now. Yes, change requires an effort, but let's be honest here. There are a load of reasons and excuses why people will not go vegan. I think it's mainly due to simply being unaware. And for those who are aware, it's cowardice or maybe just laziness that is perpetuated by massive governing bodies and the masses. You know, society. In other words, if government made it illegal, I think the masses would just comply and go along with what this authoritative figure has imposed, maybe with a little bit of crying initially, but they'd get over it real quick. Or if the masses miraculously decided it was not cool to exploit animals for sensory pleasure anymore, people would, I think, just go along and change, because heavens forbid if you didn't go along with all the other normal people. So the question is, are either of these events going to happen within David's or my lifetime? Yes, I think it will happen within the next 30 or maybe 40 years for a few reasons. One, we're destroying the planet. One of the world's largest dead zones is located right in the Gulf of Mexico due to the nitrogen and phosphorus runoff from major farming states, which seeps into the Mississippi River that flows right into the ocean. Humans also fish the fuck out of the ocean, killing about 1.2 trillion fish or sea life animals a year. This has prompted many large platforms like National Geographic and the BBC to talk about how the oceans could be depleted of sea life within the next 30 years or so. In other words, you kill the ocean, you could potentially kill the fucking planet. Number two, animal agriculture is too expensive to maintain afloat. The dairy industry is also a failing business, along with the entire meat industry and fish industry, as they are only able to survive today due to the government subsidies that are being funded by taxpayers. I'm not going to get into the numbers in this video, but just know it is absolutely insane the amount of money that is being wasted on the animal agriculture business, also known as the animal enslavement businesses, to stay operational. First world nations will not be able to sustain this amount of mass wastefulness as the time continues to go by. Number three, the science is out. There is no need to eat animals to survive or thrive. 100% plant-based nutrition is the best eating pattern to minimize the chances of most chronic diseases plaguing the world today. Also, alternative plant-based meats, cheeses, and eggs have been huge in the food sector, and they will only continue to grow as people continue to realize how delicious these products are. With the growth of these companies, we will also see these products becoming more mainstream and affordable. 4, this isn't the 1800s anymore. Information gets out quick, like real quick. The internet and content creators like David Rams himself and many others. What's up? are by far the most powerful implementations to influence, educate, and help the masses transition over to a vegan lifestyle. These types of tools were not available 170 years ago during the American Civil War, which is one of the reasons I believe slavery lasted as long as it did, along with a few other factors. Just so that everyone knows, when I say a vegan world, I mean a primarily vegan-based world. I believe there will always be some type of oppression somewhere, just like there will always be some type of racism and sexism that will exist today and in the future, unfortunately. But the vast majority of people, a vegan lifestyle is the way most people will live in the future due to the reasons I just provided. There is simply too much evidence against not being vegan today, and the house of cards of oppressing animals for food, clothing, or whichever excuse people use to follow conditioned, outdated habits are becoming too frail to withstand the pressure. This shit will collapse, and it will happen within our lifetime as the momentum of veganism continues to snowball. This is not an optimistic approach. It's a realistic perception of where I see the world is moving. And just as a heads up, I'm very aware that David Ramsey knows all these facts. I'm just saying that the availability of these facts are there for people to see. We just got to get it out to them. That's all it is. And once that information has been filtered persistently enough to the minds of people, the change will continue to happen. And it's happening quicker than I think most people are aware of. And you know what? I'm not sure if David Rams is even vegan himself. I say this because watch him inhumanely slaughter this dude.
Yeah, so meat has more calories than plants. That means that one cow would be able to feed more mouths than a certain amount of plants.
Yeah, that's a good point. But then the amount of plant food it takes to feed that cow makes it completely irrelevant.
I am just shocked and outright appalled with the lack of sensibility that David showed to that individual who was trying to justify needlessly killing an animal. The nerve David has to do such a thing to that poor person who is clearly the victim and not the cow who this individual is trying to justify killing is just outright disappointing, which is why I have taken the initiative to confiscate David's vegan card. That's right, everyone. I've been hired by the vegan police, and I'm taking David Ram's vegan card away for the time being, and I'm putting him on probation. If he continues making too much sense with all this hippie vegan shit, I'm gonna have to lock his militant vegan ass up in vegan jail, because this is just getting out of hand. David, you need to chill the fuck out. So calm down, David. Just calm down. Take it easy. By the way, David, if you do get a chance to see this, I would love to chat, debate, or discuss with you this subject or any other vegan topic on your channel or mine. If you can afford the time, I think it would be super fun for the two of us and anyone else watching. My contact information is in the comment sections down below. So that's all I have for right now. I've linked David Rams's YouTube channel below. The guy creates great content and he is a positive force in the vegan movement. So please ensure to subscribe and support the guy in any way possible you see fit if you so desire. Please feel free to let me know what you guys think in the comment sections down below. As you know, I love to engage with all of you. Please know that I appreciate every single one of you. Feel free to do any of the 3 things you see behind me if you haven't already. I'm the Natural Hulkster. I want to thank you all for watching, and please stay tuned for the next one.